for her.
For the couch, I kept the other.
Hello.
Hello.
We are live. We are live right now.
Don't want to give them any credit when I'm drinking. No credit.
No.
Oh, that's
no
Michael
product
has
placement.
his Carhartt.
Oh, geez.
What
Yeah,
am I wearing today?
Carhartt.
I'm wearing Michael's high school flower bluff shirt.
I am wearing a Conservative Twins 1776 We the People
You're the only
sweatshirt.
person who dressed in a proper attire. Michael and I fail.
You're is domestic terrorism.
Yes, I am dressed completely in domestic terrorism. That's correct.
I'm eating pizza. No!
She's eating pizza. Benji's over there. Hey, Benji.
Benjamin.
All good. All right.
Excellent. Thank you, buddy. We got our
Check
tech crew over there listening to make sure you can hear all of us. We're all sitting around the table here. This is kind of a new setup.
It's nice.
Instead of the
It's nice.
couch.
It's real
We've got this nice glass table, and we are here at the Rethink Home Studios. So if you're watching this, if you're watching this live, which there's one person watching it live, yay! Come on down to Rethink Home Studios.
Not now, though.
Yeah, not now.
Come back
Or
tomorrow.
rethinkhome.net. Net.
Yep. www.rethinkHome.net.
We got some cool stuff, and maybe
We want to put a lottery, see if we can guess who the one person is.
No.
It's your mom.
It's probably
I bet it
one.
might be Kamala.
It's probably one.
I bet Kamala.
But,
I don't know.
I don't know. If you're out there, oh nope, we lost.
Ah,
Damn
Don't talk about the
it.
one
Okay, don't
fan.
talk about the one fan. Oh god.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
it was an idea.
That's okay. Some,
It would have
It was
given
a
the person.
bot?
It would have given the person a street shout out.
Totally.
Yeah.
They're like, don't call me out.
Don't say anything about me. Anxiety.
So, all right. Well, how was your week?
My week was so great. I had my third week complete with teaching at the school or helping at school. I'm not a teacher. You know, they get real
Hashtag
antsy,
not a teacher.
right? They get real
Hashtag
antsy
not a
when you
teacher.
say you got credentials and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm absolutely loving it. There's never a day that goes by where it's not hard. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of hard work, a lot of mental exhaustion, and loud. But I'm loving it. I'm completely loving it. Exactly where I want to be. And and I had a great meeting today. I'm about to have auditions this weekend for Christmas Carol.
Oh.
And so that's going to be awesome.
Cool.
And Michael's just hearing about this live on the news.
Hearing at the same time our fan is.
Yep.
She's
There's some drama on the show already.
Yeah.
I didn't sell them online so he wouldn't blow it up. I just found out our auditions are tomorrow and Tuesday. Yeah, but I'm still excited.
So why don't you attend the Tuesday ones?
I really need to be there, baby.
Well, considering you are the director,
I really need to
of
be
the
there.
show,
Let's see if Mommy can do a couple of hours.
Yeah, she already gave an hour this week.
Mommy, if you're watching, which you're not.
But I had great sales the time she was here.
Yeah, you did. My mom is magic.
Well, if you need help, I can always do it.
I just feel like a jerk leaving. Like, hi, I've worked all week and now I'm gonna, but it is what it is.
No, exactly.
It's not a paying job, but it's pretty awesome what I'm doing.
You're not getting paid for this director gig?
Oh my gosh, if I didn't tell. ACT is community. I don't get paid for community.
That's a pretty sweet gambit he's running.
I know.
Right?
And they say they're always poor.
No, you don't say.
Always need money.
Wait, their overhead too much?
I had to, yeah, Matt and I bought our lunch.
Their
Remember?
payroll's too much for them?
Yeah, they couldn't even afford to send you a lunch budget.
Community theater.
Community-
It's always on the,
well,
always
yeah,
on the edge. I
it's
mean,
on
it
the-
really is always on the edge.
It is.
And
Well, come to thinking of, you've always seen Scrooge portrayed as a man, of course.
mhm,
But what if Scrooge was a woman?
mhm.
What was her and her husband's
Or a dwarf.
business?
Right.
Imagine a rich dwarf.
What? Where did you get that?
Well, I'm just saying, it's another option.
It is, but it's
It
not
could
my
be
option.
it.
That's
All
your
right,
option.
all right.
When
Right.
you direct a Christmas Carol,
I'll get paid to do so.
Mhm.
but I mean, a female Scrooge. I don't know. It's just
An
an
Indian.
idea. Again,
Could
it's
be
just
an Indian too. What if Scrooge is an Indian?
Scrooge was an Indian in 1901 in
From
London,
India,
England.
like an Indian
Yeah,
from
you know.
India.
Oh,
Like
what's
a-
your Scrooge? Bah humbug, and have a good night. Bah humbug.
I'm not sure they
Spider-Man
want to. I think
st-
Santa's
what-
one of their 200,000 gods.
So what did
they wouldn't-
Scrooge owned
A
biz-
bank, a
or
financial
like a financial
lending.
thing.
Banker.
So Indian Scrooge would own what?
A curry shop?
Probably.
Yeah, oh, no curry, no soup for you. Oh no, I'm switching.
I don't know.
back
I mean,
to
in
a
the
chain
times-
of quickie marks.
A chain of.
a quick change of quick. Oh, you're right.
Mhm.
And then let's see, Bob Cratchit would be you're like low level employee.
Sweeping up the rafters in the
Right,
back.
yes.
Yeah, they're on welfare. All the kids are on Medicaid. They're just not cutting it. I've updated this show. Wow.
What if Scrooge was actually a cartel boss?
A what?
Tiny
A
Tim ain't
cartel
gonna
boss.
make it.
Yeah, let's make Scrooge a cartel. I'm just thinking, let's like go out of the box.
I mean, why
here.
not,
if you're
right?
going out of the
They can
box,
only afford
go out
one
of the
concrete
box.
shoe.
Yeah, remember it's community.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay.
Oh, one concrete
Oh,
is still gonna get you down,
Community,
just
yes.
slower.
All right, gotcha.
Probably not even slower.
Is
Cool.
concrete cheap?
Well, I don't know how you get someone to sit in there with their feet stuck in it until it hardens.
That's a good factoid.
I would pull my foot out while it's still wet.
Can't
get me.
I
Not
can't-
gonna get me.
I-
You just have crusty shoes at the end of the day.
Except for that big old dude named Guido, whatever, that probably just knocked you unconscious. Until,
yeah, right.
And while
Oh, yeah,
that
no, I
person's
mean,
out.
Why
Yeah.
did you all go to
Scrooge.
reality?
Scrooge
Oh, yeah,
could
sorry,
be a
brought it back to
mob
real.
boss. You're making him a mob boss and not a cartel boss.
Okay,
That'd be the
mob
same
boss.
thing.
So then Scrooge
All right.
or
In prison,
prison.
Oh, no,
but he's got
I've seen that
special.
movie.
Yeah, he's.
So this
Like
whole show
two-
takes place in a prison.
The whole
It's
show
all in
takes
Scrooge's
place in a
mind, the
prison, right.
ghosts, right?
Right, and he like runs the cell block.
Oh,
Right? Scrooge runs the cell block.
and we're not even smoking
But-
weed.
And
Wow.
he doesn't want the rest of the prisoners aren't going to get their Christmas dinner.
Oh,
They're getting gruel.
does Scrooge? You mixed it with Oliver now.
That's
Glorious
right.
food.
Can I have some
It's
more?
awesome.
We're talking Oz or American Me?
Yeah, right.
Are we talking what?
We're talking Oz or American Me? We go to
Oh,
the-
God,
you know,
God,
I'm
don't
talking
drop the
like
soap.
what was the they showed wasn't it the Sopranos where the guy came home from prison, but they showed him he had like his own apartment. And, I mean, like or they were making dinner and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
and
it's,
then they were
Goodfellas.
yeah, good fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Okay,
happened?
gotcha.
Oh, when they were
Out of
locked up
prison.
for sort of like an intermission and they're mobbing around, they were like
They
this
rat?
real minimum security sort of thing, and they were able to run it like they were in dorms, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they had their own
they're
kitchenette
having-
to-
yeah, they had their own kitchen. They're
Wow.
making-
Yeah, he's cutting garlic real thin, like you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Nope. Yep. You're right. That was totally good. Cool.
Scary. That's scary.
So Michael, what was going to show off our work this week? We did a little bit of work on our show. We got some sets
Mm-hmm.
kind of put together a little bit.
Yeah,
Where
you
we
told
got
me
a
that last night.
start on our set building.
Oh.
And so I will show you.
And I
There's-
also found out for tomorrow, we were going to go work on it tomorrow, like we discussed. But
yes.
I have to go work on it tonight because the studio is rented from 1 to 3 tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got to get stuff out of the way.
Yeah. Who's opening the studio if you're taking auditions? Isn't it?
Well, at least I mean, there's not much in the way of the studio, though.
No, but
I
I still
mean,
have to allow the person to get in.
Yeah, no, that's
You go to the back door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just leave it
exactly.
unlocked and let them come in.
Becca can take care of herself. She's another dancer who I
Yeah.
trust.
yeah.
Yeah, but I've
What you gonna steal?
and
Your set?
I've left the keys hanging in the door facing the parking lot before for like a day. I couldn't find my keys,
You did, yeah, you
and I
did.
found them
Because
in the
they're
doorknob,
stuck in the doorknob.
Oh, you just left them.
dangling, my keychain and whatnot.
Right. Oh,
Little
my
piece
goodness.
of the castle.
Found the keys.
Yeah. So this is our office setup here. We've got the first bit of cubicles built, as you can see, and they went together pretty easily once we figured out what we were doing. We built this one over here on the side. You can see it on the right side, kind of.
Yeah, it's a square.
It's just a square, and we said, okay, we put it together, and then we're like, okay, we got this, and then we looked at it, and we're like, we don't need this for anything. we just practiced on this one, but
It's like a giant director set or Tinker Toys.
it is totally it is.
Yeah.
It is Tinker
I'm really
Toys
excited.
for kids or
for
adults. Well,
for people that still want a kid.
like like big
Your inner
grown
child.
kids. Yes.
Yep.
So so we've got a plan.
We almost have a set.
We have a script. We have actors.
Pretty
We
soon
have
we'll have a
equipment.
set. Yeah,
We have costumes.
right.
We have puppets. Oh wait, wrong show.
We could do puppets.
We could do puppets.
Why is this guy blue? I just go with it.
Just go with it.
Yeah. just roll.
Elle's blue. Elle could be a puppet. She could show up as a puppet once.
Oh my gosh.
Ah!
Totally be a puppet. Yes.
All right,
Hey.
so we'll have some puppets.
What are you doing?
Huh?
Gender a person?
Yeah.
They.
Yes.
Not her.
Oh golly, excuse me.
Good grief.
Did I genderify?
Bigot.
I'm so sorry.
Did
Did I
you just
assume
assume the
gender?
puppet's
I
gender?
assumed gender. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm
Oh,
Michael.
we're
My
bad.
Lash myself.
We are bad. Yes.
I'm Michael, and my
Lash
pronouns are
yourself.
obvious.
Yeah, I think that's so funny.
Oh, man.
The other one I like is I identify as a conspiracy theorist. And my pronouns are told you so.
Man, I tell you,
It's tough these days.
it is.
It's tough.
I got one to start us off with.
All right. You go for it.
You guys noticed that we haven't had a January 6th movie yet? I mean, we had that Nick Cage
no.
World Trade Center movie
World Trade Center.
before
Right.
they even were done clearing the rubble.
You're not wrong.
Right.
That was a fast. I always thought that movie
Oh,
went
yeah.
real fast.
Yeah.
Right?
And most major events that happened, yeah. And as much as Hollywood has been anti-Trump, I'd have figured there'd have been some producer,
You're
somebody
right.
jumping out
Kinda
of
like,
bit to come up with this.
Don't look up.
like at least if not a full blown Hollywood thing, then
But a
a
made-for-TV
mini
one.
series,
Yeah.
a made for
I
TV
can see a
mini series,
miniseries. Yeah, building up to it.
building up to it, showing all the conspiracy.
Yeah,
folks
yeah.
getting-
Wow, nobody has
there's people.
done that.
There are people that have been sentenced to 17 years in prison.
Federal prison, right?
Who weren't
Oh, yeah.
there.
Yeah,
How
we're
did
there.
that happen?
Wasn't there, but he was supposedly organized.
Oh.
People.
I don't
uh,
remember seeing any organization going
That's
on
right,
at that.
dude.
Man,
I,
that
I remember right away when they were calling it an insurrection or a riot, and I'm like, 400 people listlessly milling about is not a riot or an insurrection.
no.
But yet the stuff that I was shown on television absolutely made me cry. You know, I was shown.
Yeah, I mean, people were
complete
climbing the walls of your
savagery.
monkey bars, and there was unlawful. There was,
There was totally unlawful stuff
Yeah,
that happened
yeah.
today.
It just-
It's not like it wasn't
cool.
It wasn't cool.
It wasn't
But,
cool.
yeah,
You are correct.
they weren't acting, orderly conduct.
No. Because I've been there, I mean, it's like,
But-
yeah, I saw those places in person. I know where they are. And
But
it's just,
the buzzwords they were dropping, insurrection, no.
Well, I mean, it was
Riot,
a-
not really.
why? There was a film crew there. Like Nancy Pelosi had a
Yeah.
film crew. Her daughter was there as a film crew.
did you call her
day.
up?
No, they had it planned. They had a stage. She was already there for that. They knew something was going to happen that
Oh!
day. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she
Oh!
She had a film
yes.
crew there as if she's like making her own biography video
But
yearbook
they
or
know
something.
that
But
something's
so
about
far
to
as we
happen.
know, that was the only day she ever had that with her.
Correct.
and they're not going to call anything off because they're doing the president's swearing thing.
Well, she called off the security,
Well, that's not
the
good.
National Guard. Yeah.
That's not good.
No, there's, and
You're not going to get her to admit it. But
No.
this kind of leads into the thing I wanted to.
well, we're about due for them to really start uncovering some things that that a lot of us have all assumed that was going on. Such like they're having trouble hiding that there were federal agents from some letter agency in the crowd or in the building undercover.
Okay.
And possibly even provocateurs.
They
Extortion?
absolutely were during the trial, especially the last trial with the guys who were under indictment for the what they call it, the not just rioting, but like the insurrectionist behavior or whatever they got.
Well, I mean, a lot of the
Terrorist assaults.
a lot of the convictions have been like real minor, injuring trespassing,
Okay.
But there's still people in jail for misdemeanors from
Wow.
January 6th. They're still in jail waiting
no
for
bail.
Oh,
with
my
no bail.
God.
No bail.
for misdemeanors. They're still
They would
in
have
jail.
they would have been sentenced to time served, and the government would literally owe them time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's really bad. Are they doing this on purpose?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
They
my
want to make-
gosh.
Yeah, they want to make
Examples.
examples of them.
Or,
Yeah, exactly.
or they want to teach the rest of us, don't you try this nonsense again.
Yeah.
So fear tactic.
Except just there's some forefathers and whatnot that say this sort of thing when this government is so corrupt, you need to throw it away and start a new one.
Right.
Except, and not to say that that's what they were trying to do or whatever, but I think they have a good argument. I mean, I don't for a minute believe that more people voted for Biden than Obama.
Mhm.
I just
I
don't.
wouldn't believe that either.
Yeah.
But somehow,
seditious conspiracy.
Yeah.
That was what I was looking for.
but somehow, just right away, they
Good
were saying,
words. Provocateur, suspicious. No, not suspicious.
"Well, that's the actual
Seditious.
criminal charge." There,
Yeah,
right?
that's what they were convicted of.
Seditious
15 years and 17 years for seditious conspiracy, and one of them wasn't even there. There's a guy named Brandon.
Hey.
A guy named Brandon Straka.
Uh-huh.
He started a movement called the Walkaway Movement.
Okay.
And he was a Democrat. He's
Was he the speaker? He was there to.
he was one of the
on
speakers
the other
from
side
the
of the
thing.
block. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he started this thing called the Walkaway Movement, and had a lot of people join his movement. And what it was he was a Democrat. He hated Trump, right?
Okay.
And he just was like like a lot of liberals at the time just couldn't even stand the
Nothing.
thought of him,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Like, I
Anything's
just
better
can't-
than him.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
a dead corpse is better.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you remember that there was a video where Trump supposedly made fun of a
Yes,
journalist,
yes,
right?
yes.
No.
And so he was supposedly made fun of a journalist, of a disabled
He does
journalist.
that with everyone.
Okay, I said supposedly.
Yeah, he said
I
supposedly.
Yeah, and they caught us. It was a snapshot. It was
Correct.
Keep going, Robby.
So somebody showed Brandon a video proving that he'd done that multiple times over and over and
Yeah.
over again. And so Brandon went
in the same way for everybody.
He went, oh, right, correct. He'd done it multiple times for different other people. And so Brandon went, okay, what else are they feeding me that I'm not hearing?
Oh, because now I look stupid.
Correct. And so he dove into it and watched a bunch of stuff online and went, I'm being lied to.
Oh my gosh.
People are feeding me a narrative. And so he started a whole movement and he got people to
Called Walk
break
Away.
away. Correct. He was one of the speakers at that event. Then he went to the Capitol. He did not go inside the Capitol. He did not break any barriers or anything.
Mhm.
They charged him with a whole bunch of terrorist felonies.
Wow, that's terrifying.
They said that he's on a video screaming, and it was something like "Go get him" or "Charge" or something, right?
Oh.
Because he said he's got a video. He videotaped the whole thing while he was there, showed exactly where he was. There's a voice on there that says something you can't really hear, but says, go get it or whatever. And there was a shield or something that got taken away from a police officer. But anyway, so they basically made him. They were either going to take him to trial, or he could plead guilty to like a misdemeanor or whatever. But he had to plead guilty to it.
God,
he had to go to jail. He had to do 3 years of probation.
He's not guilty. He doesn't feel like he's guilty.
No, not at all. And so,
what did he do?
He's back at it. He's back trying to rebuild what he had. But I mean, you just see that's how they get stuff that they have
complete
right
control
now,
and they can do this. Yes.
And it's and people say, well, that's good because those folks, I don't agree with everything. A lot of people say I don't.
Right? Yeah, you're an individual. You're not a party.
If people don't think that it's going to turn around on their idea and giving government this much power over people,
I don't know how they are naive about that. They'll do it to you. Absolutely.
My whole point is we need to have these conversations. We can't right now because there is no conversation right now.
Right.
It's
all
not
allowed.
About
And what it. President Biden's inauguration speech, he was outright saying how he's a unifier and whatnot, and maybe he's more of a divider than Obama was. It's just, I mean, anytime the only group of people he talks negative about, it's not Iran, it's not China, it's not Russia, it's MAGA Republicans.
Correct.
Oh.
I mean, these are his citizens.
Yeah.
But don't you fear, guys, because help is on the way.
How so?
Let me show you.
Oh my gosh.
Because help is coming.
Because I'm emotional now.
Well, it's not Father Time because he's still.
Yeah.
Oh, Father Time. Aw.
And it is coming in the order of the Homeland Intelligence Experts Group.
I do not feel helped.
Secretary Mayorkas announces establishment of the Homeland Intelligence Experts Group.
Experts.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Are we using strict literal definitions?
I doubt it.
Oh my goodness. I express my okay, let's start here. The security of the American people depends on our capacity to collect, generate, and disseminate actionable intelligence to our federal, state, local, and territorial, tribal, campus, and private sector partners.
Experts.
I express my deep gratitude to these distinguished individuals for dedicating their exceptional expertise, experience, and vision to our critical mission. So they're going to meet, it says, the experts group will meet 4 times annually. So once a quarter, these people are going to get together and each member to provide input on INA's most complex problems and challenges, including terrorism, fentanyl, transborder issues, and emerging technology. So who do we have on the list, would you say? Well, let's take I have saved these folks. First off, we have Mr. John Bellinger.
He sounds familiar. What did he do?
He's an American lawyer who served as legal advisor for the U.S. Department of State and National Security during the George W. Bush administration.
He's current.
Yeah.
So current.
Was he involved with weapons of mass destruction in Iraq?
Oh. So he's somebody that we can totally trust.
Everything he has to say. Yeah.
So who else do we have? Oh, let's see.
Is there anyone like Jim Applause? No. It's James Clapper.
Well, let's get to Mr. John Brennan. Next, John Brennan,
another white man,
former CIA director under President Obama. director. He served as the Central Intelligence Agency from March 2013 to January 2017. Now he's a CNN contributor, and he's also one of the signers of the letter of the 51 intelligence agencies that said that the Hunter Biden laptop had all of the signs of Russian disinformation and should be totally ignored.
And no one wants to call out that so far as we know, at the time that letter was authored and signed, the only way they had to review that laptop was through the New York Post article.
Yeah.
Right, because they're not going to have access. Oh my God, dumbasses!
Who else do we have? Mr. James Clapper.
Another white man.
Jimmy applause.
He was the former director of national intelligence
Or should we call him
under
Jimmy Gonorrhea?
President Obama.
Oh God, you're so juvenile.
I know.
And he's the one. Was it him or Brennan that lied to Congress? Was it
Both.
it was, but the one where they said that the NIS was not tapping people's phone. Was that Clapper or was that Brennan? I can't.
It would have to be national intelligence and not CIA. I mean, if I were to go off the job titles.
Yeah. Clapper recalled his 2013 testimony in light of National Security Agency reportedly abandoning a controversial warrantless mass surveillance program he previously denied existing. Yeah, he said, "Oh no, we're not warrantlessly listening to people's and recording their phone calls."
Bad people.
Technically, at the they still because
I'm so
the
disappointed in
metadata.
our government.
Yeah.
What was that?
There.
Well, I don't think that they were, listening to the actual conversations. More like doing something kind of like nodal analysis.
Oh, right.
Like this person's communicating with
correct.
that
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
communicates with these people.
Yes.
Basically making the spider webs.
Okay,
Yes.
and then when we want to listen to what you're saying, we know who to connect
If
with.
if your group starts to get important enough, we've got a link to you to.
Correct.
to
And we'll be able to
may
go
have
to. We'll be able to
And
go
that's
to
not
the
entrapment.
court.
It's not entrapment, but it is illegal. It is
100% illegal.
But entrapment is when I force you to do something. It's I put a four-way yield sign or something like that, and then arrest you for not stopping at the yield sign.
Oh, okay.
Kinda, not even that.
Oh, look, got another, not a white guy. Who's
So
he?
yeah, so this is Rajesh D.
All right,
Day.
Rashish, make me proud. Make me proud, Rashish.
He's a former White House staff secretary, lawyer, and former U.S. government official who became the managing partner of the Washington, D.C. office law firm Mayer Brown. He is 51 years old.
All right.
No,
Pretty sure he was Obama. It was in the Obama White House.
no news history. Didn't work for a news agency.
No, not
Weird.
yet.
They'll
You seeing
kinda
a
do.
trend?
NSA. Oh,
It's also a lawyer.
so news about him back in 2015. NSA's top lawyer joins private sector.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm sure he went to work for, some of these people have to have like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all those things in their bio. So who else do we have?
There's a while the intelligence agency
Show
was
me a
just
woman.
Twitter's farm team.
Thomas Galati. This person was he was a chief of police, or he was the head of intelligence for in the NYPD.
Okay.
So he was the
Canton.
Police have an intel office.
yeah. The NYPD after 9/11 had developed one of the largest local public intelligence agencies in the country, if not the biggest.
Okay.
And then they would outsource their things to other
Did any of the
jurisdictions.
planes
Okay.
leave LaGuardia or JFK?
Oh.
Because they left Boston and
Right.
maybe Newark. So
I
Newark
think it was Newark.
enough.
Yeah. I mean, that's close enough. But no, they did, and then they got in trouble for, they were looking at mosques. They were putting people inside mosques for a while, for a long time, and then now, Now they have a different target.
Right.
So yeah, so this guy, and then we have, let's see, who's next on the old list?
Show me a woman.
I think I'm going to.
Hillary Clinton.
Of course.
I said, show me a woman.
Well, there's no picture of her. So,
Oh.
but there will be. So she is a Deputy Assistant Attorney General. Let's see if we got images. There she is.
All right. Okay.
Former DOJ civil rights head. And I think next one is another woman as well. We have Asha M. George.
All right.
She is part of the Bipartisan Commission on Biodefense. Because never have enough biodefense.
Is that like stinky warfare?
I know, it can be.
I think so, yeah. Yeah,
Stinky
probably.
warfare?
In World War II, they came up with chemicals in
I watched Wonder Woman. I know.
well in the
It's so bad.
in the European theater, they came up with a chemical that just smelled like the worst human excrement.
Dude, was I right?
And it didn't work in the Pacific theater because that's what the Japanese were using for their farming with their rice paddies as fertilizer.
That smell.
So it's not so repugnant to them. So for the Pacific theater, they came up with another smell that's just the most god-awful human body odor you could ever smell. And if you want this recipe, you can get it in George Hayduke's book, Don't Get Mad, Get Even. What you're going to do with these recipes, I have no idea, but they are available, and the books are still for sale.
Oh my goodness.
George Hayduke, Don't Get Mad, Get Even.
I love it.
Crazy. We have a Karen.
Oh yeah, we have a Karen.
You have to, don't you? By rule?
I think by rule.
She looks like a Karen.
Man, that is
White woman with
So-
blonde hair.
Karen J. Greenberg is from the Fordham Law School of Law.
Another lawyer.
They're all lawyers.
Oh, man,
That's how you get into
they're
politics.
mostly
Apparently.
lawyers. Yeah. So let's see. Any news thing about her? Will it ever stop? I don't know. Will it? Can you tell us?
Stop to
Will it
Ken.
stop? Okay. That's Karen. And then we have Emily. Emily Harding.
All right, we're about half and half so
She
far.
is Deputy Director and Senior Fellow with the International Security Program
Okay,
at
Emily.
the Center for Strategic and International Studies.
What's a fellow?
A fellow?
Fellow is
a follower?
like a dude.
Well, yeah, I realize that, but when you're
Oh,
when you're a fellow
no,
for
so when you're
Academically.
yeah, academically a fellow is like we gotta look it up. Fellow definition.
I think it means you're a follower of something. Or maybe you're a
I think
lawyer.
because you're a part of their club.
Academia. Let's see.
That's
What's that? It's a
exactly the same
senior
thing I
member of a
said.
college supported to a greater or lesser extent by or enjoying. Wow.
There's fellowship.
Perquisites. I'm not a fellow, so I can't word. Do you see that word there?
In my point.
Oh, it's tiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
great.
Blow it up. Yeah. It's somebody who's like probably not a
That's still tiny.
fellow of a scholarly society, someone who has been recognized as having made an important contribution to the goals of society, whether through
They donated to our new arts building.
yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So can be several different things. So it's like somebody that's important. They're not
them.
like a professor or they're not like this
Okay.
or that, but they are an important member, and she's an important
them.
member
Yeah.
of the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Which I'm sure if you look into the Center for Strategic and International Studies, it will be well funded by the federal government.
So Robby's like a Rethink Home fellow.
Oh,
Yes,
I
correct,
like that.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
important.
Yeah, sure.
All
To
right.
us.
To us. To us.
So
Well
Mr.
done, Robby.
Mr.
Yeah, look at you, patron saint.
Wow.
I don't think you get any
I'm
letters
touched.
after your name or nothing for that. But
Touched. I don't think so.
We'll get him a Rethink Home shirt that says
All right. Well, Mr. Paul Colby
Paul Kobe.
is a former director of the Intelligence Project at Harvard University.
All
I'm
right, another
sure
Harvey.
yeah.
sure there's a law degree in there somewhere.
David Chris. Well, yeah, he's an American law. David Chris is an American lawyer.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And
All
he served
Americans.
as United States Attorney General, Assistant Attorney General for National Security Division for the Department of Justice. From 2009 to 2011. Who was president then?
Obama.
Yes.
Yay!
Dang.
I had to think. That's Veggie's childhood.
And then we have Michael Leader. He's former director of the United States National Counterterrorism Center. Yeah, and the statement released by the White House announced his resignation effective June 11th, 2011. He is so bipartisan. He served in the Bush administration and then carried over to the Obama administration.
Wow.
Yeah.
People,
Sometimes it's hard to leave a job,
Yeah, sometimes
you get stuck in a rut.
When
you
you
just
do such a good job of
you
screwing
transcend
everybody else in the entire world over, when you have no scruples and you'll do whatever you want.
Agency, but the new regime.
And then next we have Elisa Massimino.
All right.
She's a visiting professor of law and executive director of Georgetown's Human Rights Institute.
Would a professor of law be a lawyer?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. She's
okay.
You're being much more diligent with these names than I would. Just fair play to you,
Yeah. All right, we got just a few more. Gregory No Jime,
Gregory.
He's a senior counsel and director of security and surveillance project at the Center for Democracy and Technology.
Security and surveillance at Democracy and Technology.
Security and surveillance
at Democracy
and Technology.
Go ahead and say it again real slow if you have to.
I spy on the people.
You always have, if you can't have democracy without security and
surveilling the people.
How could you? How could
You don't even trust your own people.
Right? Because
your own free people.
As you do realize that democracy is under attack. It's under attack always.
By us.
And by us. We are attacking it. We are attacking democracy.
Open.
I think this.
No, he was asking to have it.
I think this thing is. And then so this guy looked up last night, Francis Taylor, and I
lighten up, Francis.
Yeah, right. I think like some of the Francis Taylor ones, they were saying that he passed away, but
oh God,
but then
he might.
Is that a black man?
This guy, yeah.
All right.
He is. I think he's the first one I've seen.
Well, the
He's
diversity
the first black
hire
man,
was the Indian guy, I thought.
An Indian guy.
Oh yeah, okay. Yep. So
exciting.
now he's the partner and president of Cambridge Global Advisors. That was on 21. So yeah, this must be this guy. So of course is the former undersecretary for intelligence and analysis at the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Another guy spying on us.
These people, they're going to make us so safe. They're going to be so safe. All right, so we get two more. Karen Wagner. She's the Undersecretary of Homeland Security and Intelligence from February 10th to February 12th, the 3rd. From February 11th, 2010 to December of 2012.
All right.
And then finally, we have Benjamin.
Whittles.
He's an American legal journalist, senior fellow in governance studies at the Brookings Institute.
The Brookings Institute.
We don't even want to get into the Brookings Institute.
Oh,
Brookings Institute. It's a Harvard.
Oh, I'm not into that.
No. So
I'm not into Ivy League.
why? I mean, so let's just why the year before presidential election year would we need to bring back all of these people from the Bush administration and the Obama administration to advise and give it
to advise who? The president?
To advise the
government?
Intelligence agency. Yeah. Why
How better to spy on us? How better to?
Why would we need to invite these people in to the government? Give them now access. So not only here's the thing. Great, they're getting together every quarter and going to talk, but they're also going to have complete access to all the information now that the government has. They're going to have top secret, beyond top secret clearance to
This is
look at
necessary
everything
for
that's
us to
coming
know
out.
the
To
reach of
look
the
at all the
government.
intelligence that's coming out. So why do you think that's going to? What do you think is going to come of that?
Nothing good. World War III.
No. If it only involves our country, yeah, maybe.
Exactly. So it'd be a civil
Mm.
war or a revolution, basically. It'd be
Yeah.
a revolution, I'm guessing.
I think it's.
I don't
it's-
want that.
You know, I think it's just these folks are relentless. They're going to just keep
Push
coming
and push
at
and
people.
push
They're
and
going to
push.
keep pushing. They're going to keep pushing this thing, and we've seen a couple of this recently. So we've got these folks coming in. They're really going to be focusing too on social media and limiting what they can say online because.
Because that
we've
keeps us
got
safe.
an entire election season coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be a
And
hard one, too.
It's going to be so insane.
It is.
It's
Did I hear
already
that-
insane.
Did I hear? I think it was Pennsylvania has signed into law that you automatically get registered to vote with your driver's license. And there's like no means to even verify whether the person qualifying for the driver's license is eligible to be a voter.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
You don't even have to be a citizen to get a driver's license.
No, right.
but you
A
Exactly.
felon can get a driver's
You
license.
need to vote to be a citizen to vote.
You need to not be a felon in most situations as
To
well.
vote. Yeah.
Right,
You need to
right.
yeah, especially to vote in a federal, in a presidential election.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's not like you're voting that
I mean,
counts.
it's there. But then there was some states like Florida. Florida passed a pretty hefty voter registration act. Just trying to secure their vote, and it was actually upheld here recently in federal courts because of course they took it to federal court to try and get it
Yeah.
thrown out, and that was actually upheld here
Oh, wow.
recently. And then the whatever appeals court, the usually when you have an appeal, the first thing that's going to happen is a panel of 3 judges are going to look at it, and they're going to rule on it, and then they're going to say okay, and then they're
They
going to
either
say
make
nope, that holds
they
up,
either make a
right?
hard rule like
Yep.
this is obvious,
Yep,
or
exactly.
this is totally worth more study to either go
Right.
to Supreme or go to the 9-judge panel.
Or they could kick it back to the court and say redo it.
Yeah.
They
Right.
could say nope. They could completely reverse the court, or they can move it on up.
Yeah.
And so what they did was they overturned the lower court because the lower court overturned it and said no, you can't do that. The
Ah.
appeals court said yes, they can. They passed this law
Wow.
and they can do it. Then the people who were suing them came back and said, we want the entire 9 justices on this panel to look at it.
Mhm.
And the appeals court said, no, we're not going to do that. Sorry.
Yeah, this is an easy
You're done.
decision.
It's an easy decision. You're done. Go away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come back with a better
And
argument.
So, yeah.
How was it
Exactly.
so obvious to them, but not to the other one? Was it political to the other one?
No, these are the people that want it overturned, and they think that
Yeah.
the courts will agree with them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
and when you say that, but the ruling, they just went to a sympathetic judge. You don't actually get to pick your judge, but the judge they got on the first argument, they put up a good argument too, and the judge said, you know what? Sounds right by me.
Okay.
And he puts his injunction or stay or whatever on it, and then they're like, no, you moron judge, this is going to, and then you go to whatever your appellate district is, and or circuit, and then, like I said, the 3-judge panel can look at it, and sometimes it's not so obvious. Sometimes it's a question that they really got to stew on, so they kick it to the entire judge panel, which is, depending on your circuit, could be, there's no set number of judges. You keep appointing them to the appellate bench, you could get a 27-judge panel, which would just be a mess.
Oh, God. It's just insane.
But
And I mean, the structure of the courts is a lot of it's left up to Congress, and so they can get in there and change it. They can,
yeah, we have 9 judges on the Supreme Court, but there's no set limit
Yeah, it's not in the Constitution that it says you have to have this many judges.
Oh.
It's just
Congress passes and the president signs it, they'll put another judge up there.
Yep. Or three.
Or
We're
Wow.
talking about
Or
putting
17,
three more.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know where they put them all in that room because there's only so many spaces for the chairs.
but
there's
so-
only been 2 photos of the Supreme Court in session.
really.
One was from like 1945,
Oh my goodness.
and and both times the camera was snuck in.
Oh, okay.
No cameras in federal
Interesting.
courts.
Well, we had the first time that a ruling prior to it being released was
Yeah.
actually released to the media.
Do you believe?
Oh.
With
Do you
the
believe for a
abortion
minute
ruling.
that they were unable to
Wow.
find?
No, I don't absolutely know
I don't-
exactly.
I just do
You
not.
know exactly who released that.
I get so buggered when something happens that they ought to be able to figure that out pretty easy. The pipe bomber on January 6th.
Mhm.
FBI's got this like total bomb makers database,
Right.
and not to mention all of DC is covered in cameras.
Uh-huh.
So we actually saw the person on camera, of course, wearing a mask, COVID. But
Yeah.
you know they got cameras of this guy leaving the area, going to a subway or train station, or getting in a car,
Mhm.
or tracking him with his damn phone.
Right.
Yep.
But no, we have no idea who that is.
Just-
Pipe bomb into Washington Mall.
It just doesn't seem
Right.
like in the same age that's
Or
possible.
the
Or
cocaine.
the guy, that's what I was going to say too, the damn cocaine.
You can't leave a bag of cocaine unless you're wearing gloves the whole darn time without any epithelials on it.
Correct.
Your skin flakes that fall off your skin.
Oh.
They got DNA off that bag if they really wanted it.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, or video of some, or who put it there, or whatever.
Yeah.
There is
you're not pulling it out of your pocket wearing gloves.
A bag of Coke around. That's it.
Hey, you saw they were all lawyers, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people going in and out of there.
No, I say they were all lawyers, right?
They're
I'm
by the
pretty sure.
mic.
I'm pretty sure quite a few of them,
it's like worse than
snort their
Coots.
lunch.
Seriously?
Lawyers.
That's so bad, you guys. Don't do that. Take your job seriously. I don't smoke crack when I teach at kids at school.
No.
If I
don't
can
either.
do it, you can do it. Don't do that.
So, and then the computer tech.
But what if it's medicinal crack?
No, you
No.
save it for after hours. Medicinal crack your ass up at home.
Medicinal crack.
there can't even be that much staff with the Supreme Court that would have had access to this.
And they found this big old bag of Coke in there.
No, I'm talking back to the
The pipe.
Supreme Court leak.
Oh.
But they can't find out who did that.
Well, if you take it with your Polaroid camera and you cough or fart at the same time, gotcha!
This
You know.
was the actual document, not a. But I am bewildered, really, or bewildered at how they can say with a straight face and think that we all take them at their word that they're unable to find out who. Or
Right.
No,
Yeah.
we are just. I mean, it's. We always hear, and our whole theme of our show is all about this misinformation and disinformation. We are fed misinformation and disinformation on a daily basis. By
Look at
these
how much I've
people
been
that
shocked tonight.
that are supposed to be on the level.
Yeah.
And
Can't trust nobody but
look
your
at
mama.
everything.
Unfortunately, the government.
And it's like there's a so back to the J6 thing. There is a reason that they prosecute all of these January 6 people in Washington, D.C.
Why?
because 85,
93, 95.
93% voted for Joe Biden.
Oh.
You're
I think
not
it's higher. I
going
think
to
it's like
find
95.
a jury that's made up of citizens of the District of Columbia that are not going to look at these folks as
Right.
just- and it's just like, and then
I don't understand how that, every one of those defendants needed to file a change of venue. And it's going to get denied because he got a biased judge. But then you take that motion that was denied to appeal. And then that should have been their saving grace. But somehow they didn't have to. Well, if you're locked up for 3 years, don't even get to talk to your lawyer much.
Right. And then the problem was that, you've got public defenders. Well, who do you think are made though? Who do you think?
And they're only
where do you think they're coming from?
Yeah.
They live in DC too.
They don't like.
They're not going to do a good job.
They don't like their clients.
No.
They hate their clients.
When you're in court with a public defender defending you, your lawyer, the lawyer bringing the case against you, and the judge all work for the government.
All of them. Yep. But
Screwed.
so we could move to England.
Would we want
Right?
to?
They don't have freedom of speech
to
there.
England.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Have high taxes.
So I don't know if we talked a little bit about the Russell brand.
Yeah, we
And
did.
the,
I saw Rumble put a little blurb out.
Yeah,
Russell Brands.
So the action, there are some allegations, and I've looked into, I've seen a little bit here of the allegations. I don't know. He always says that he was on drugs,
Right.
and addicted to sex, and I mean he admits he made mistakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
He admits it, and so, but I mean he's been with thousands and thousands of, according to him, thousands of women.
I can believe it.
And then
That's
they had to go out
insane,
and
but-
scour the countryside.
So out of thousands and thousands and thousands of them, they found how many?
Four.
They found 4. Okay.
4. That's
Who
it.
felt bad about themselves.
Yeah.
Who felt
Who
bad
about themselves.
that is a really,
So,
yeah. With
Be it as it may, there's no court case or anything against him now.
right.
But you get the
And these weren't court cases. These are just
government.
These are just Me Too's.
Allegations. This is me
Yep.
saying, coming out and
Exactly.
accusing
So,
somebody.
We get
So we're at the beginning of it, basically. Like the start.
yeah.
And then
This
it goes
is the
to here.
start. So what do you do if you're a government? You write a letter to Rumble, to YouTube. Well, YouTube just did it. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. They basically, the Culture, Media, and Sports Committee of the House of Commons from London wrote and said, "I'm writing concerning the serious allegations regarding Russell Brand in context of his being a content provider on Rumble with more than 1.4 million followers." However, we are looking at using his social media, including Rumble, where he issued his preemptive response to the accusations made against him by the Sunday Times, Channel 4 Dispatch. Recognize that Rumble is not the creator of the content published by Mr. Brand. We are concerned he may be able to profit from his content on the platform. We, the government of Europe, or of England, we, the UK government, want you to demonetize this person. We want you to take his ability to make money from him because this news agency put out a story about him and these people made allegations about him.
This is not their
So
business. This
you
is,
need to remove his ability to make money.
that is
And
oh my God.
it's
Your focus is on not allow. I mean, look at the letter. They're talking about Russell and how we want to hurt him, and they're not talking about the women. They're not talking about the
right.
we will donate our proceeds to the women's shelters because, or if he does make any money off of it, we'll donate to the women's shelter or whatever. There's nothing in there that listed they have a soul for anybody but themselves.
Mhm.
They don't even have a soul for themselves,
But YouTube, which is owned by Google
right?
and Facebook,
They went
and
along with it?
Instagram, immediately they didn't even need to be asked. They didn't need a letter.
That's because all their lobbyists
They
have
didn't
already.
need
They're,
anything.
they're on board.
Right, correct.
They're on
I
board.
mean, we talked about this a few weeks ago. How many people that work at these companies have worked at the Department of Homeland Security or the FBI or the CIA? They have hundreds.
That's
and
insane.
hundreds of employees.
Before Elon Musk bought it,
Twitter was
the
the same
FBI
thing.
was Twitter's farm team.
Yeah. James Baker, who was one of the people behind the Russia, the whole Russia thing with President Trump.
Uh-huh.
There was a lawyer at the FBI named James Baker.
Same guy.
Went to Twitter. He was one of the head legal persons or the head of legal at Twitter after he left the FBI.
because that's the way you go with your career.
Right.
You go to a social media.
So,
Well,
company?
it could be George Papadopoulos, who was on Barack Obama's staff, who went to be head of ABC.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cooler.
That's
Alright.
not cool
Why?
because he's using his political influence to direct ABC.
Media. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. And that
Stop
is, I
sucking
mean,
people.
totally. That is I mean, there was a great graphic, and let's see if I can pull it up. It showed graphic of folks who went from like it showed how many people went from from the government to media organizations. It's not coming up, darn it. But anyway, so they sent the letter to Rumble. Let's go ahead and get back to the thing. And Rumble said,
Eat my shorts.
Yeah.
that was basically what they said. They said, today we received an extremely disturbing letter from a committee chair in the UK Parliament. While Rumble obviously deplores sexual assault, rape, and all serious crimes, absolutely, and believes that both alleged victims and the accused are entitled to full and serious investigation, it is vital to note that recent allegations against Russell Brand have nothing to do with content on Rumble's platform.
Not our issue. Yeah.
Just yesterday, YouTube announced that based solely on these media accusations, it is barring Mr. Brand from monetizing his video content. Rumble stands for very different values. We have devoted ourselves to the vital case for defending free internet, meaning an internet where no one arbitrarily dictates which ideas can or cannot be heard, or which citizens may or may not be entitled to a platform. So, and then it goes on to basically say, eat my shorts. So,
Hells yeah,
good.
that's awesome.
Good for them. I mean,
Yeah.
and they are also, I mean, Rumble is making steps to ensure, because a lot of the internet, even though they've got this platform where you can put out, videos and whatnot, the back end stuff is where they can get you to, because they can cut you off from being able to use internet,
Sure.
servers and and storage areas. And so Rumble is actually making investments in that infrastructure as well. On the
Wow.
back end.
You want one more thing to get sick about? So they're demonetizing, which means he doesn't get his ad revenue and ad things. They're still running ads like before his content comes up.
Correct. Yeah.
Like you click on and want to watch this Russell Brand video, it's probably going to start with a commercial. You have to get money for that, though. YouTube gets the money for that.
Oh, mother. Oh. So it's in their
So
best-
they're waving their finger at him. You're being bad.
and they're collecting his money, which they'll then know that they can do this. And how many times down in the future will they go to this
Paramount.
to complete their?
Paramount.
They're not taking him off their platform.
No, but they're gonna get the money off
Paramount
of it.
Plus did.
Oh, did
Paramount
they?
Plus removed like any comedy special, movies that he's in. But
No
you
good
can
to
go
great.
on there and you could pull up any Harvey Weinstein movie you want
Absolutely,
to, right?
I know that. I
You can
absolutely-
totally watch Harvey Weinstein movies all
Yeah.
day on
And
He's
Paramount
actually
Plus.
convicted.
And future movies have the Weinstein Company. But yeah, why haven't they changed the old movies that are on there from a Harvey Weinstein picture? 'Cause I've
Right.
seen that perfectly, and it triggers me every single time. I go, bleh,
Mhm.
I want to barf all
That's
over
just
my
because he's
TV.
revolting to look at.
Of course,
Not just his actions, but he's just.
But as a
repugnant.
little girl, I looked up to him, and I know that sounds weird, but you know how much I paid attention to the film industry when I was little. I bought books on every
Mhm.
single film that came out that year, and I read all of the. It was like a big book, and it was like 1992 films.
Is that where he gets it?
Oh, maybe, but
Probably.
I read
mean,
articles.
He's like an encyclopedia. of
I
that stuff.
knew-
he
I
knows
knew all
the
the
movie
people.
house and.
Oh, I know.
Like I give you rats, that's what's TriStar.
but still, yeah. So I mean, again, if we have these capabilities to before an old Disney classic that says may contain racially insensitive material, they can't change that. So it's a bunch of
Mhm.
bullcrap.
No, right. Yeah. It's
This is setting a very dangerous precedence for future attacks on people for no actual. There is no proof been presented.
right.
And I love how Rebel again went straight with the we care, it's not cool, we're not standing for this at all. However, this has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
So F off, I
Yeah.
mean,
No. Exactly.
so yeah, heck yeah, Rumble.
Hey, there's your lane. Stay in it.
Basically, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
One lane for beginners,
and,
please.
and, you know, like I said earlier, it's just these people are going to keep coming.
Yeah.
It's going
Yes,
to
they are.
keep going. And,
And we
and
are.
Russell has made a big splash recently. He's got a lot of people following him. He's been very critical. The same things that we're talking about tonight,
Mhm.
and the same things that we have
And
been
they're going to
talking
destroy.
about.
They're trying to
right?
destroy him.
And they're going to try
Or
and bring
cancel
him
him.
down.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
have
and,
trouble with
and
his shows.
people cannot get that
I
big.
like Sarah Marshall.
Well, I like what he has to say and whatnot, but man, I got to read the transcripts.
Oh,
he is
I
just
know.
too fast. He's faster than
he's all
Gilmore
over the
Girls
place.
on the dialogue.
No,
Oh.
he
really
is. He is. He's got that. He's got a very unique accent, and he goes really
And
fast.
you think he's on cocaine sometimes.
You
He's
Well,
think
he used to
he's
be.
still on? Yeah, you think he's still using sometimes because he does. He gets a little crazy. But,
he's not wrong or just saying wild, crazy stuff. The stuff he's saying is on the level, but it's like, dude, slow down. I can't
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's our time, gentlemen.
No, we've been at this an hour.
Flew
Well
by.
done.
All
Yeah.
right.
Miller time.
Cool. It is. Yeah, I know. None of
Costco
us
time. Going to
actually-
Costco. High car. Going
All right,
to
well,
Costco.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
We've had a viewer for quite a long time.
Is it Zachariah?
I'm not sure.
I thought we weren't
I'm
going to
not
do
sure.
that.
Sorry. We didn't want to scare away our viewer. Yeah.
No secret ballot.
It looks like it's actually on Twitch. We have a viewer on Twitch watching.
Was that the porn one?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's only fan. We don't have an only.
Not only. No, there was one
Not
that
yet.
was.
Kick.
No, I can't remember what it was now. It wasn't it. It was.
So I did set up a Kick. I did set up a Kick.
Are we off or are we still
account
going?
for us.
That's
No, we're
nice.
still going.
Live.
We're still rolling. Yeah. We're still rolling.
Well, that's nice.
I set up a Kick, and then
Oh, Kickstart?
we need more followers on Rumble.
All right,
So we get to
Rumble.
kick.
I want to. So if you watch this, if you catch this, follow us on Rumble so we can live stream on Rumble.
Please and thank you.
Was I supposed to get a Rumble account?
Yes.
Why? I don't even twit.
we go. Both of us.
I don't even twit.
I don't know how to do any of this stuff, and I did it.
Get a Rumble account and follow us.
Get a Rumble account.
Yeah.
Sure.
Follow us
Passwords
on
and logins
Rumble
do
so
have
we
to know.
can live
I'm what
stream
I'm
on
supposed to
Rumble.
these sites. Did I do it?
And then go watch. We're done with the Constitution. I've read the whole thing.
Wow.
We have got all of the amendments. We've got all of the articles.
Nice.
So now we're going to start looking at articles that were
Added?
not ratified.
Oh, okay,
Right?
okay.
We're going to have stuff that was presented as amendments but not ratified, and then we're just going to keep going on these different things and learning about how the Constitution was made and different
Right.
things that's happened throughout history on it. So yeah,
Very cool.
we're going to keep doing the daily Constitution. So
I like it.
all
I
right.
like it.
And then we're going to be filming soon too. We
Yep.
really are going to be filming our shows. This is the whole thing behind it.
Are we doing makeup and stuff for the film?
Yes.
No. Well,
I mean, some.
Some,
We're going to have
maybe.
to.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a little bit.
yeah.
Not like clown makeup.
No.
No, stage
Just make sure you're
makeup.
not
Studio
shiny.
makeup.
I think, just so that people don't shine or
Yeah.
whatever. They get,
Well, you could do that with lighting.
Oh my God. I need to go to Costco.
totally do that for you.
What did Costco for you then?
To Costco.
Are you going to Costco now?
I don't know. I have to see what time they close.
I think they're closed. All right. Well, anyway, good night. We will see you next week, or I'll see you on Monday for some more Constitution.
No, I think
All
it was around 8. I think it's probably good.
Good night. It's 8:00 now. All right.
Oh, that's right.
Good
It's
night.
around 7.